Mafia is a 2002 classic adventure game set in the fictional city of Lost Heaven during the 1930s Prohibition era in the United States. The original game won a heap of praise for its gritty realism and Hollywood-like presentation, although by modern standards, the original is certainly starting to show its age. In 2020, 2K Games and Hangar 13 have revived the classic, not just remastering the graphics, but completely rebuilding the entire experience. New voice acting, new cutscenes, deeper visuals, and much more. Mafia Definitive Edition launches on September 25th, 2020 for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. This is why it's quintessential for fans of classic gangster media.
My turn now. Hope you're better than your friends.
At a surface level, Mafia may look like a Grand Theft Auto clone with an open world and driving and so on, but the game is actually fairly tight by comparison, more similar to LA Noire as a more contemporary reference. You won't be going around the open world playing golf or doing side missions. The open world instead serves as a cinematic backdrop between set-piece missions, shootouts, and other events. Visually, Mafia Definitive Edition is incredibly impressive. While on Xbox One X there is some odd shimmering around objects, the presentation quality overall is top-notch, with no sign of performance issues. The game has impressive lighting and reflections too, which really elevates its gritty noir atmosphere. You play as taxi driver Tommy Angelo, who succumbs to the temptation of a better life in the Salieri crime family. By chance, Angelo ends up playing getaway driver for the mob, and the gangsters are so impressed with his driving skills, Angelo very quickly ascends the ranks to work directly for the Don himself.
Don Salieri wants you to know that he's very grateful. So if you ever need anything, maybe a loan or some honest work, don't hesitate to ask.
Against the backdrop of 1930s prohibition and economic depression, you'll participate in alcohol smuggling, gambling, racketeering, all while dodging Salieri's bitter rival, Don Morello. In typical gangster movie style, Mafia examines a cycle of violence and retribution between the warring crime families. The game has remarkably intricate writing and subtlety, which is quite honestly rare in gaming. This isn't Grand Theft Auto's satirical parody, nor is it an over-the-top crime superhero sandbox. The way Hangar 13 elevates the original without losing the delicacy of some of those old moments is nothing short of praiseworthy. Gameplay-wise, Mafia follows the realism of its plot with what might otherwise be interpreted as clunky controls. Your shots really have to count in Mafia. Angelo isn't a soldier or experienced gunfighter, and that fact presents itself in the game's gunplay. It really requires you to wait and pick your shots. Similarly, the cars handle like cars from the 1930s. You won't be going from 0 to 60 in mere seconds, and weather effects present a considerable hazard against those old school tires. If you're impatient, you may find yourself getting frustrated. I personally feel some of these hurdles to contribute to the game's sense of immersion, and quite honestly, it's nice to be playing a game in 2020 and actually feel a sense of vulnerability during a gunfight. Mafia Definitive Edition is a very linear experience overall, but that linearity gives the story a tight, cinematic quality that was clearly intended. For fans of classic gangster flicks like Goodfellas, Once Upon a Time in America, or Casino, Mafia Definitive Edition is quite definitely essential play and won't disappoint. I'm Jez from Windows Central. If you've enjoyed this video, please drop us a like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I'll see you next time.
Go on and pop it, Tom.